Hey everybody, Logan here. Today, well, didn't we cover my PlayStation 5 collection? Well, now we're covering this itty bitty PlayStation 4 collection. Alright, I'm going to give you a little backstory before we go and cover and look at each one of these games. I used to have a massive PlayStation 4 collection, and then, well, if you don't remember, what have you been doing? Hit that subscribe button, go back and watch some of the other videos. I sold off a good bit of my games, and I have been very picky about what I've collecting over the last few years and what consoles I've been collecting for. Now, that's all I have left. I used to have a ton of boxed collector's editions from all kinds of games, just mainly a lot of those oddball Japanese games that I could find and get my hands on, because there was a point where it's like every PS4 Japanese release or US Japanese release had these cool box releases, something like that, some bigger. And I even had some limited run, but a lot of those are now gone to the wayside. Now, with that being said, this is nothing about what you're gonna see. You want to see a crazy large PlayStation 4 collection? Wait till the end of the video. You think mine is nuts? No you don't. You think mine is pretty humble. My wife's collection is nuts. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna go over what she has. That's crazy. But let's take a closer look at these games. Okay, so we're going to take a look at each of these games rather quickly, just because I have a few here. I don't want this video to go super long, especially with the little craziness that I'm going to show you at the end. Again, make sure you stick around. So let's start right away. We're going to go from A to Z and then show the little collector's ones at the end. So Anthem. You guys know Anthem. I originally had this on the Xbox, but I never played it. I played it for, no, let me rephrase that. I played it for a couple hours. I even did a video back in the day, but I never actually got too deep into this. I bought it to play with my friends, and then because I was working so much at the time, next thing I know, they're like 10, 12 hours in the game, and I'm like 2 hours. I'm like, all right, thanks, guys. So I never really was able to get too far into this, and kind of sucks. I know there's mixed things about this game, but hey, I've got Anthem. Next is the physical copy of Castlevania Advance Collection. This is my favorite Castlevania game. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. That's that one for the Advance. But this one also comes with Dracula X, Harmony of Dissonance, and Circle of the Moon. Those were some of the most popular ones, those three right there, and then they added Dracula X, but Aria is my favorite. So I had to get the one with the Soma Cruz cover. I already have it on the Switch, but it had the Circle of the Moon cover, so I decided to get this one. This one I've been playing here and there. I love this. Next, another Castlevania, Castlevania Requiem, which comes with Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood, which were PlayStation and, what was the... I know it came out on PSP, but I'm trying to remember. Oh, was it TurboGrafx? I think it was TurboGrafx. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I love Castlevania, so to have all of these here is fantastic between these two. Next is Cyberpunk, another game I started on Xbox Series X. Well, when I got it, I was playing it on the Series X, had a ton of problems. I decided to pick it up on the PlayStation because I got this really dirt cheap, and I wanted to test it out and to see how it played. Never played it. Never played it. It was one of those I bought with good intention to test it out, and yeah. Next, another one that's never been opened, but that's Dissidia NT. This is a Steelbook Brawler Edition. It has slightly opened over the years, but I bought this one to keep sealed. I was never a big fan of the Dissidia series. I don't mind the fact that it's a fighting game, But I originally played this demo when they released it, and I was like, so I just bought it, kept it sealed. My boy Squall right there from the greatest Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy VIII. And if you disagree, tough, you're wrong. Next, a fantastic beat 'em up, which is Dragon's Crown Pro. If I'm not mistaken, this came out on... Dragon's Crown was originally PS2? Oh, don't quote me on that. I don't remember. I think it was PS2. I'm getting old. The memory's going. But this is a fantastic game. Came with a nice tin that's embossed. Fantastic game. If you haven't played this, it's definitely one to check out. I think you can still get it digital. Another one, Everybody's Golf. I loved the Hot Shots Golf series. So when they brought it back out, they retitled it Everybody's Golf. And I'm just a big fan of the series, so I had to pick that one up. Now these I've covered in a recent video with all the Fallout games. I'm just going to cover all three. I got Fallout 76, which I think someone told me this was the Chinese version. I'm not sure if this was Chinese or Korean. I think this is Chinese. And then I've got US Fallout 76 and Fallout 4. You know what's nuts? I bought this game for $8-9. It's now gone up to roughly around $30 game. So all the Fallout titles have spiked. So if you have them, you've got a good little value to them. The only thing is, don't expect it to last. So next, Final Fantasy VIII. Of course I would have this. Re-release for the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, we probably won't get a remake, but we do have the remaster. It looks cleaner, plays cleaner. This was only released digital in the US, so this is the PEGI or European copy. I had to have this in my collection. This is my favorite Final Fantasy game, and I think it is the greatest of all time. Again, if you don't agree, tough, you're wrong. Next, another Final Fantasy, the complete edition of Final Fantasy XIV. Well, it's not so complete anymore, but when I bought this, I wanted all the DLC because I only had a Realm Reborn, and it just made sense. I bought this to catch up and play with one of my friends who plays on PC. He actually helped me, carried me through a little bit, but eventually I wasn't playing enough to justify the $15 a month. But I really enjoyed Final Fantasy XIV Online. If you haven't played it, you can now play it on Xbox as well. Next, Final Fantasy Type O, which was another PSP re-release. This one also came out on the Xbox One, but I have it here on PlayStation. I have all my Final Fantasy games on PlayStation and Nintendo. It depends on what they released on, but usually I have them both. Like this one didn't come out on a Nintendo console, so I only have it on the PlayStation. It's just kind of how things are. I've tried to play them on the Xbox, like Final Fantasy 13. It just didn't feel right. I think I even played 15 on the Xbox. It feels like Final Fantasy belongs on a PlayStation or a Nintendo console, depending on which ones you're playing. Next, there we go. Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Like I said, I originally played this on the Xbox, but once all the DLC came out, I decided to jump over to the PlayStation version because I didn't put more than maybe 2 hours into it. And it was actually cheaper to go this way than it was to buy all the DLC individually at the time. So I decided to pick this up. And I never beat it because it is it's an action game. And the Final Fantasies that were action have kind of lost me. I prefer the turn-based, but hey, to each their own, right? Next, I thought this was a fun pickup. Kenny Omega. We've got Fire Pro Wrestling World. Wow, it's funny because Kazuchika is now in, both of them are in AEW. So this was the only real wrestling game at the time outside of the WWE. So I got this because I remember playing the Fire Pros. Was it on Super Nintendo or PlayStation 1? I played them across the other ones. I have the Super Famicom version of a couple of the Fire Pros. So this was fun. This was an enjoyable game. A lot of great customization. Create your own characters and whatnot. Yes, this is bad. Metal Gear Survive is terrible. And you're going to be like, hey, why don't you have Metal Gear 5? Because I have it digitally. I basically went, anything I had digitally, I sold off physically when I sold off all the PlayStation stuff and the other stuff. Do I kind of regret it? Yeah. but this one has 0 value, so that's why I didn't sell it. Next, one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games of all time, and that's Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World. Iceborne, this is the deluxe edition. This is the one that comes with the beautiful tin. So this one I put 100 plus hours into. I even played it with friends, by myself, online, offline. Well, offline meaning just single player. But this is one of the greatest games of this era, in my opinion, and I can't wait till Wilds comes out. It's going to be a fantastic time. Next, Mortal Kombat X. I have Mortal Kombat X on PlayStation 4, even though I've played it and beat it completely on the Xbox, because I was able to get the collector's edition that came with the Scorpion statue. And this is just the game that was in that box. So have I ever played it on here? No, but it came with the statue, and that was the only way I can get that statue. And I picked it up a few years ago for a very, very reasonable price. Next, this one I'm not 100% sure where I got it. I don't remember acquiring it. But Nitro Plus Blasters Heroines Infinite Duel. It is a 2D fighter. And yeah, it's a full female cast, very waifu-ish, but I don't remember when or where I got this. I just know it's kind of been in my collection forever, and I like fighting games, so yeah. You're going to be able to see a little theme over the next 3 games. We've got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Big Power Rangers fan. I do have every version of this game. So we got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Collector's Edition, and Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Super Edition. This comes with all the DLC, so you have all the extra characters, the fighters, and the Street Fighter collaboration pack. So it was a interesting fighting game, not terrible by any means. Needed some balancing. Even after all these updates, it still has a few issues when it comes to balancing, because if you're playing against a computer, it gets really cheap because there are characters that have guns and they just spam, and that's it. They just spam, so you have to really think around that. But otherwise, as a big Power Rangers fan, I just think this is a definitely fun addition. Yeah, I just love Power Rangers. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that's me. Next, this one is a game I know nothing about. Psychopath's Mandatory Happiness. Now, I have the big box version of this, which is up on a shelf. I'm going to show you some of those other big box games after I show you all these. And it came with a statue. This I bought for my wife, but she didn't have any space for the box, so I just decided to keep it here in the game room, and then I set up the statue because the statue looked really cool. Next, hey, look at that, Shadowbringers, Final Fantasy XIV Online. This was the only way to get Shadowbringers, so I got this, and this is where I actually ended up stopping on Final Fantasy 14. But hey, it was fun while it lasted. Will I get back into it? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Now, Shenmue III. Shenmue III Complete Edition. Now, these were ones I got for a limited run. You'll also see these after. I have the big box version of these. That's why this one's not open, because this is the one I had played. The problem is Shenmue 3 is nowhere near as good as Shenmue 1 and 2. Shenmue 1 and 2 I have on Xbox. Now I'm actively looking for it on PS4 because I just want to have all 3 of them on one console at this point. So yeah, but that's that. Next, I'm going to show you 2-in-1. These are the Star Wars collections. We got Star Wars Racer, Star Wars Republic Commando, and then Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. I do have all these on the Switch, but I wanted them on the PlayStation because, of course, it will perform a bit better, especially popping it in the PlayStation 5. Plus, you get trophy support. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Another one, Tokyo Xanadu. This was another interesting one. I think, was this the one that came with the statue? This might have been the one that came with the statue. I'm not 100%. Yeah, this is the one that came with the statue. The Psychopath came with a art book. it was an art book and I think a soundtrack. This is the one that came with the statue. This was the same thing. It was a big box, and my wife just didn't have room for it in her office because that's where she keeps her PS4 games. Again, we're gonna see a big crazy collection there. Next, Wipeout, just because this is a classic Omega collection. If you ever like the F-Zero style games, if you ever played Wipeout on PS1 or any of the other systems, you'll really like this. I picked this up again. I love racing games and I love those futuristic F-Zero type games. So, of course, I had to add this. This is really fun if you haven't played it. Next, this is actually my last English game in this stack. So, we got World of Final Fantasy, another one I never played. It was very chibi, but because it's Final Fantasy, I put it into the collection. And that's funny that I've never played this one. This is the day one edition. So there you go. Now, these are my Japanese games. I don't know what most of these are. I just kind of picked them up. I found them here and there. I know what one of them is. Let's just take a look at them. I found them or ordered them on PlayAsia because they were all dirt cheap. And I just went, sure, let me start adding to the cart back in, I think that was in 2020 or something like that. But this is Blade Arcus. I know it's from the Shining series, and I love the Shining Force games. I think it's a fighting game. But most of these, I haven't played any of them. Because, well, I tried to play, I don't remember what it was, and being all in Japanese, I went, okay, now. So this game just looked really cool. I know it's a fighting game. I know you don't really need to know the language in order to play a fighting game, but yeah, is what it is. Never really played it. So next is Dead or Alive Extreme 3. This one I ended up buying pre-owned because I was only able to find it on the Switch, and I do have the Switch version. I do have all the Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball games, and if you have a problem with that, tough. So have them all. Awesome to have in the collection. One of the ones I never played because I played it on the Switch. Another one, One Chanbara. Well, I think it's One Chanbara here. It's One Chambara Z2 Chaos. So I do know this is a over-the-top hack and slash, but again, one I never played. I don't remember. I think this might have been a PlayAsia game as well. Same thing with the next two. I don't know what these next two are, but they were dirt cheap. I think this is a Senran Kagura game because it's Estival Versus. I think this is a Senran Kagura. Not 100% sure, but again, I got this one. I know I got in a PlayAsia bundle, and I just bought a ton of them. So, and then this one I have no clue what it is at all. It was like a $4 or $5 game. If you guys know what that is, I'm not even sure what their ratings are, but it was something that you just add, and I was like, okay, it was $5. Oh, now I get discounted shipping, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, but if you're asking me, I have no clue what this game is. So yeah, but hey, it's nice on the shelf, right? All right, that's it for the regular games. These are all going to be these special boxes. All I have left, I only have 4. So the first one is Gran Blue Fantasy Versus. I pre-ordered this way back when. Again, another fighting game in the Gran Blue series. I do have the other one, Relink, on the PS5. So I got this one first. I really enjoyed playing this game. So, of course, I bought Relink, but I know Relink isn't fighting. So, again, like I said, fighting game. This one, of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Deluxe Edition. Beat the snot out of this game. Was it as good as the original? No, I think the original Final Fantasy VII is much better than the remake. I haven't even touched Rebirth, and I've had it since day one. I also have the Deluxe Edition on that. It's one of those I just need to make some time. It's an RPG, and I really don't have time to sit down and play RPGs these days. So, yeah, but I do have that bad boy. Next is Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package, which just comes that way. Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, 4, all those, not 4, but you know what I mean. All of them. So what happened back in the day, my original copy, when I played it on the PS2, I got all the way to the end, the final boss, Ansem. My memory card data was corrupt. and I never touched the Kingdom Hearts series again until 2020. So I had this, so during the pandemic when we were just all stuck inside the first few weeks, I just tore through Kingdom Hearts 1 and tore through Kingdom Hearts 2, but I didn't go to any of the others. I watched the video compendium compilation things that they have on here covering some of the others, and that was about it. After that, things started opening up and life got back to normal pretty quickly, especially here in Florida. So those are the RPGs I was playing during that time. And this is the last one, which is another Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. I actually had two of these, one with and one without game, and it just came with all that other stuff. It was given to me, and I was like, sure, and then the other one I bought and kept it sealed and sold that one off. So this one is, yeah, fun. All right, let me show you the other boxes. So there you go. There's the Psychopath Mandatory Happiness. We got the Shenmue 3 Complete Edition, the original Shenmue 3 Collector's Edition. Those both came from Limited Run when I was still buying from them. And then that's this one. I got this PS4, the Days of Play Edition. I got it recently for $200 at a Collecticon in Orlando, and it was just a steal. That thing's worth like almost twice that. But it was the last day, last hour and a half of the con. They wanted to get rid of it. So there's the Mortal Kombat. So that's the box. It is sideways because it looks better that way and it fits better on the shelf. Otherwise, I think that is it. Where's the... No, I think I might have put that... Oh, where's the big box? Oh, well, I'll show you. There you go. Tokyo Xanadu. That was the box. That is actually my wife's PS4. That is my Days of Play PS4. These are my other PlayStations, but there is the statue right there. Now, one thing I do want to show you, which I totally forgot about, are the controllers. Let's take a look. So my PS4 controllers, this is the Days of Play that came with the console. I've got the berry and teal, and then what I call the Goku controller, and then there's the, what was that, the 100 million PlayStation, I forget what it is, but it's a really rare one, really expensive one, and there's a Scorpion statue. So yeah, what do you think? Yeah, so like I said, this is crazy. This is my wife's PlayStation 4 collection. Yeah, it's still going. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know how many games are there. It's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So there you go. What do you think? It's crazy. Some really good bangers up there too. Sheesh. So what'd you guys think about that? Sorry for no gameplay footage, but I wanted to get through all those games as quick as possible. What'd you think about the shelf? Yeah, it makes mine look sad, doesn't it? Yeah. So that is the PlayStation 4 collection in this household. A lot more games than you expected, huh? Yeah. And that's just what we currently have. We used to have a lot more. Like I said, I had about maybe a third of what she had before, and now as you can see I have like a 10th. But there you go. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, tell me how large your PS4 collection is, and well, the good thing is all that still plays on PlayStation 5. There you go. Thank you guys so much. Again, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Ready to Start podcasts. Great time, and if you haven't watched already, what are you waiting for? You're missing out. God bless you all. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.